Please welcome to our center stage microphone Ms. Austin Grace Smith as she hosts the Artist Dealings Art Talk segment. Austin Smith paints canvases, she paints fingernails, she paints toenails, she paints the town, she paints murals. She even teaches others to paint, and now Austin Smith hosts the definitive local art talk show in Charleston. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Austin Grace Smith.
Welcome to Artist Dealings with Austin Grace Smith. I am here with JahSun. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Austin. It's good to be here.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm spectacular.
You know, it is lovely to see you.
Likewise. Thank you.
I remember the last time we ran into each other.
Art supplies.
Art supplies. I don't remember what I was buying. I am sure paint and panels.
Yeah.
And were you getting a supply of spray paint? I don't know what you were doing.
Yeah, I was getting brushes and some acrylic paint that day.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm very honored to have you on the show.
I'm honored to be here.
And I know that you have a lot of really fun, exciting events coming up.
I do.
Let's start with the article in Art Mag.
Okay.
Tell me about that. Tell me about you were featured, you have a show, what's going on?
Well, you know, Art Mag is a wonderful magazine here in Charleston. I'm sure everyone that's local is familiar with it.
I love it. And
Yeah.
Olivia's going to be on the show.
Oh, yeah. That's my buddy.
I'm not sure if it's in March or the beginning of April, but
Awesome.
have
I've
her
been
scheduled.
fortunate to be featured in there a few times with Olivia. A couple years ago, she did a spread for Moja, and then most recently, she highlighted my art show that's coming up. So actually, that was more like a press release. It wasn't a real article. It was a press release announcing the event. They support my work wholeheartedly. So.
And where is the event going to be held?
Sure. Well, it's going to be downtown Charleston at the Charleston Maritime Center. The address is 10 Wharfside Street.
Okay.
It's located right next to the South Carolina Aquarium.
Okay. Is it across the street or it's connected?
On the same side.
It's on the same side.
Yeah. So there's buildings only really on one side of that street when you're there, so you'll see them.
Okay. So it's 10 Wharfside Street.
Correct.
And what date?
It's going to be a Saturday.
Okay, Saturdays are great days for shows.
Oh, yeah, March 29th.
Okay.
It's going to be from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, March 29th, 6 to 9 p.m.
Yes.
And what if I come to the show, March 29th, high heels, decked out, ready to see you, give you a big hug, say congratulations.
Thank you.
What artwork am I just going to be enthralled with? What is the genre? What is the theme?
I can't let it all out.
I know. Okay.
The name of the show.
A teaser. Give me a teaser.
All right. The name of the show is Organics of Man.
I'm so there. I love organic. I
Yeah.
love organic anything. Organics of Man.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, on some levels, I don't like to get really philosophical about it, but the truth is you'll see the nature theme.
Okay.
All of my work is spiritually based. There's definitely a conscious message in all of the work.
Okay.
So you'll see some repetition of nature, flowers, trees, connectedness, love, harmony, bold colors, some very interesting pieces.
I love bold colors.
Yeah,
have you seen my artwork?
I have. I took a peek at your page. Yeah, it was awesome. So yeah,
I use bold colors.
Yeah, I know. I dig it.
Okay, so I love that.
Yeah, and just a lot of energy, a lot of good vibes.
Okay,
So,
good vibes,
yeah,
energy, love,
I'm excited.
connectedness. There's definitely a theme.
Yes.
Is it going to be a lot of work? Like 10 pieces,
No.
like 5 pieces?
I have like 26.
Whoa, this is a big show.
I've been working consistently for the last year preparing for the show, and I am super excited.
Okay, audience, I need you to hear this. This is a big show. A year of your life has gone into this.
Yes, my life, my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears will be on those walls.
Displayed. Now, are you nervous?
No.
I love that you're not nervous.
Nope.
Okay, so you're not nervous because how long have you been doing this?
Well, you know, my very first show was in 2005, and I've had probably 7 or 8 showings in about 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I
That's
stopped
a lot.
showing. It's a lot.
And so you stopped showing when, like 2010?
No, 2007.
Okay, 2007.
Yes, I stopped for a while, and this is actually my first showing since then.
So it's 2000. This is like your re-debut.
Yes. letting people know that I am still here.
This is a big deal.
Yep.
You're listening to Austin Grace Smith on Artist Dealings, Charleston Radio, Artist Dealings with JahSun.
Yes.
And his show is opening March 29th, 6 to 9 p.m.
Yes.
Go to the aquarium, take a right.
Yes.
Take a right. It's at 10 Wharfside.
Right. Exactly. And there's free parking.
Free parking.
Free admission.
Free show.
Yeah, just good vibes. Just come. Just, it's easy energy. Just come in, man, and just.
And he's a wonderful person. He would love to speak to all of you.
Oh, I intend to.
He intends to.
I do.
Okay. So I want to talk about your inspiration.
Ooh.
I know it's super intense and it's kind of cliche, but I'm an artist, as you know.
Right.
And so for me, my big question is like, A, what inspires you and gets you going? And then B, how do you get into the zone of painting or creating? Are there certain steps that like are necessary for you to engage in the creativity process? I'm probably botching all the words, but
I completely get you.
What do you think?
My process is pretty unconventional. So what I can tell you is that I see visions of paintings, but I don't see them necessarily completed.
Okay, aren't you lucky? I've always wanted to see visions.
I feel very blessed.
That's amazing. So you see visions, but they're not necessarily finished.
No, they're just concepts. Like my inspiration comes from life.
Okay.
What's going on in my life, and what's happening, life as it's happening around me. So I do know this, that when I am more spiritually connected to my source, the visions come more frequently and they come more powerfully. So I try to stay aligned to that as much as I can.
Okay.
So that's really what happens. And it's funny because I actually get the title first.
Oh my gosh. You and I are so opposite. I will like paint something and I have an in-studio title that no one will ever know what I call it while it's in the studio.
Yeah. No, man. And most of my stuff
That's hilarious.
is only on stick figures on a sticky pad or back of some old mail, or if I'm in a meeting and I'm not paying attention.
A napkin, a sticky note, someone's old envelope that mail has come out of already.
So I never have colors figured out before, in advance. I just, on the fly, I do that. So my process, I have some rituals to my process. I always pray over my canvas or whatever I'm working on. I always light incense. I have certain music that I listen to, depending on, like, for instance, if I'm painting an image of a woman, I have some music that helps me get connected to my feminine side so that I can produce the work, so the work can come through me that way.
Okay.
So, and I dance while I paint. The whole time I have all these crazy videos.
I'm pretty sure I've seen videos of you dancing while you paint.
Yes.
Who showed me those videos? Was it Crosby?
I don't know. It wasn't me, but they're out there.
It wasn't you. I don't know who it was. It was on somebody's phone. They're like, oh my gosh, you don't know JahSun. You should know him, blah, blah, blah. And you were painting and you were dancing. You were being wild.
The only thing is I'm really particular about when I create. That's one of the biggest things for me. If, for instance, if I'm having a bad day or my energy's funky, I am not going in that studio. Because what I understand is energy transfers, right? So I only want to be touching that canvas when my energy is high and it's positive and what I would consider coming from a pure space. Because when it transfers to the viewer or that person is collecting the art,
they feel it.
It goes. Energy it never dies.
Right.
So I feel very responsible for making sure that whatever I'm putting into the work gets embedded and it's proper and it's going to bring inspiration, maybe some peace, some happiness to the viewer.
Some enlightenment.
Yeah, man. So if I'm in a funky mood, I won't work for 3 weeks because that is something I just will not allow.
And isn't that interesting? Because I've been dealing with that lately about like being in a little bit of a funk and how do you deal with it?
Yeah.
And I've called dear people that I love and I'm like, I can't afford to be sad.
Yeah.
Because I have to paint. And I have to have good energy, just like you're saying, to paint. I need positivity and, productiveness and to be in a good mood and a good place. And, I mean, sunshine helps.
Absolutely.
This weekend has been delightful. I've been outside. I've been in the sun. It's just been like, I can't believe the sun is still here. Thank God.
But, life is about balance. And we are always going to have sun and rain.
Exactly.
So for me, when I'm
and
in
we
a
need
funk,
both.
we need both, man.
We need both. That's the situation.
You know, and usually what happens in my case, my personal experience is if I'm going through a dark spot or a bad spot, I usually propel out. When I propel out, I propel out stronger. You know, so
Right.
just embrace it. You know, I don't fight it. I don't have artist block. I just I embrace it.
You take your time.
I just take my time.
You take your time to just be.
I practice compassion on myself during those times. Well, I'm practicing that all of the time. I'm getting better with that, but definitely in that period, just compassionate. Go do something else.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's beautiful. I love that.
Thanks.
Now, how long have you been painting, creating, etc.?
All right. Well, probably all of my life.
Take me back to the beginning.
I'm writing on walls. It's so interesting that I started out writing on my mother's walls in the kitchen in New Jersey, and 44, I'm back to writing on walls, but this time I'm not getting in trouble for it. So
I love it. Love it. This is why I'm having a wall for my children if I ever have them to write on.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to get in trouble. That is the wall you can write
Just
on.
go for it, man. Have a good time, right? So they have all these new paints that you can do all this stuff with, right? So I've been an artist all of my life. I never actually thought that I would be painting. I would be, I would have a professional career at it. I did it as growing up, I had a very hard, traumatic childhood. So it was really the thing that kept me feeling safe and happy.
Okay.
It was my therapy, really, at that time. And when I became an adult, I joined the military. I didn't create for a long time. And I didn't start painting until about 2003.
And then you started showing in 2005.
Yeah. So I'm self-taught. And I had all of these paintings in my house. Like, I had no intention of even really sharing them.
Right.
It was more like a calling. The creator was just like, sit down, start painting. I didn't know why. I said, okay. And a friend of mine saw all of the work, and they were like, what are you doing with all this work? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just.
It's like on my walls in my house. Like, what else would I do with it? I hang it up.
In my one-bedroom apartment in Goose Creek, they had all this art. And he's like, dude, we got to get you out and do a show. And he was after me. And I was like, very, very.
Don't you love friends like that?
I do, but I was very shy back then. I would like hide behind the work, And I have
and
evolved.
now I would not describe you as shy.
Well, I've done a lot of work on myself. I mean, that's part of it. So another reason why the show is so important to me is, like, I've been posting a lot of the pictures that I've been, generating the art from, and I'm standing next to the work. And before, I used to hide from the work. I've had shows where I would like hide in the stairwell or like go to the restroom for a long time, and I was just like, people would enjoy the work, and they're like, well, where's the artist? And I would like just
you just were not there.
I was just quiet, quiet and uncomfortable with the attention being on me, that kind of thing. So I've had to do a lot of work about being able to be in the light,
be confident,
stay in the spotlight, and just be like, okay, this is my moment,
right?
Okay,
and appreciate it that people actually want to talk to you.
Yeah,
they want to know what is your thought process, why this, why that.
Yeah,
they're looking at an image that you created.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're the best person to answer all of those questions.
Yeah. And, the other thing with art is so subjective. In when you come to the show, you'll find out that I have a lot of descriptions about what the painting means to me.
Right.
But I also thoroughly enjoy what people tell me it means to them.
Well, that is I love that you bring that up, because that's one of my favorite parts when I have a show.
Yeah.
Like, I know what it means to me. I know what I was thinking when I created it. But my favorite question to people who want to come up and talk to me is, you know what? I love hearing which piece is your favorite and why.
And why, exactly.
Not like, I think it's nice,
but
why? Like, it spoke to you because of what is the reason?
Well, the art for me has always just been a hook.
Right.
Like a
conduit.
conduit.
To have conversations.
Yeah, just to draw two souls in closer so that you can really have a conversation. So it's just a facilitator.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And I would agree with you. Like, I feel the same. Like, I love the show.
Yeah.
I love that element. I would never be the artist hiding in the stairwell. I'm the artist wearing the gold dress and like high heels. So I'm like 6'3". I'm taller than everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the artist, because that just was my grandmother. Somehow that transferred to me.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But honest to goodness, it is the conversations that I love.
Yeah.
Like talking to people and when something touches people, they have a story that they want to share.
Yeah. I get so many emails, girl. You have no idea how many emails, like from people from Germany, like all over the world.
Right.
Like I was battling with my weight. I was feeling depressed until I saw this art. Like a woman was just emailing me. She's like, I've been, before I got here, she's like, I've been displaced for a while and I haven't had a home and I'm getting ready to move into one and I cannot wait to collect your art. And I was like, congratulations. I'm glad that you have a space that, you know, a safe haven for you that you deserve. And whenever you're ready, I'll be here, you know? So I just am meeting people from all different walks of life. And that's the thing with the art. It's a universal language. I feel that brings everyone.
It does.
Yeah.
And artists have such a gateway into every single person's life.
Yeah.
It's
a privilege.
It is a privilege.
You
and
know,
it's, you know, not to
honor.
be taken lightly.
Yeah. Yeah. So no loftiness, just stay humble,
and be willing to talk to someone who, hey, I didn't have a home. Your art has inspired me.
Yeah.
I'm about to have a space, and I can't wait to collect your art.
Yeah.
She can't afford it right now, but she has the dream that she will be able to.
Absolutely. And I love
And
giving away free art, too.
I know. I do, too. That's, like, so flattering, and it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And, I mean, everybody started small, you know?
Yep.
Let's talk about Belize, because I'm really curious.
Okay.
And I kind of want to go on the trip. Pack me in your suitcase.
Let's go.
Let's just tell our audience about Belize, about your relationship, about Crosby.
Okay. In his absence. And I'm going to choke him when I see him.
Exactly. He was supposed to be here tonight. And,
but, you know, he's here in spirit.
Exactly.
All right. Snoopy.
Snoopy, right?
It's an inside joke for the
joke
listeners.
From earlier.
Well, you know, it's very interesting. I illustrated a children's book in 2010, and last year it was nominated for NAACP Image Award. Right, so our book was going head to head with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's, but the 7-footer won. But we still had the nomination. It's all good. So out of
that's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
I was very pleased with the outcome, and the impact that the work had on children. So, and that was the most important thing. That was the reason I did it in the first place.
Exactly.
So with the network of social media being what it is, I posted some information on Facebook about that. Shortly thereafter, I was contacted by a senior field director from PeaceWorks International. Her name is Hannah Rose. And she started to ask me, would I be willing to donate some children's books to this very poor school in Dangriga, Belize. And as soon as I heard children and their economic situation, I asked her, yes, I will be more than glad to personally bring some books down there when we are painting a mural for the school.
Oh, that's so
She was like, what are you talking about? I was like, let's elevate this conversation. What can we do to get back to this community?
An actual relationship where I come to Belize and meet you and the children.
And that's what we did. So 3 months later.
And when was this?
This was last April. We went last
2013, April 2013.
Right, so that was our first trip. We went for 13 days.
Okay.
We painted for 12 straight days
in
the Belizean sun, which is 107 most days. And
that is intense.
It was delightful. Now, what I can tell you is the place that we went was not like House Hunters International. You know, there was no blue water. It's a very poor community. But they are so beautiful and so warm and so loving. Everyone speaks to you. You feel like family instantly. And actually, they're not friends. They become family.
And little children hugging you.
I mean, the grown adults, too.
And wanting to don't they just want to be in your space?
It's very interesting because there, they don't show a lot of affection. So the men, the women, nor the children. So the first couple of days that we were there, like
it was a bit strange.
Well, yeah, we were giving high fives, you know, and I was hugging them, you know, like, you know, and they didn't. They looked like they wanted to do what I was doing, but they didn't know what.
But they weren't sure if they were allowed,
exactly.
or if it was like culturally okay.
Right. 5 days later, they were crying when we left.
Right.
So they grew on us, and we grew on them. So we went down there to do 2 murals. One was to donate it for this primary school. So we did 3 sides of this primary school, and then I was a primary for that.
That's so fun.
It was a blast.
A
lot of work.
Imagine. I mean, I know 12 days straight in the sun.
Yeah.
I would like be in a hat and a linen shirt.
20-foot ladders. We're climbing up and down. You know, Crosby got sick one day. It was so hot.
Oh,
I mean, I had blisters like on the inside of my shirt. Like it was hot. And then we went to another location, and Crosby was the primary on that. It was a town wall. And so we wound up going there to paint 2 things, and we wound up painting 5. They're just like, can you paint this? Can you paint this?
But that's how it is. That's totally how it is.
Yeah.
I love that.
Let me tell you the greatest thing that happened, which was this. The town was pretty dirty, and, people didn't have a whole lot of ownership to much of that environment. So over the course of the time, they would come up and they would say, hey, the work is great. How much did you charge us? How much you charge our town for this?
Oh, wow.
And their answer was always the same. This is free. We're donating this to you.
Wow.
And they would go, they'd have a bewildered look, and they'd go like, really?
They were just questioning, like, are you serious?
Yeah. And then we're like, yes. Don't you deserve something beautiful to look at?
Wow.
And then they went, yeah, we do. Thank you.
It like elevated them to a new spot.
So this is the best part. So while we're working there, they actually started cleaning up all the trash. We didn't ask them. They self-started. They started picking up all the trash, sweeping the dirt, pulling weeds, pulling down the flags that were tattered, and they just,
they beautified on their own.
Yes. We went there and we inspired that.
Wow.
And to this day, everything is in pristine condition. They're like, nobody is touching this
This
stuff.
is a testament
Yeah.
to art, to what?
The power of it.
And to giving.
Yes.
To giving something beautiful
Yes.
to people so that they can believe, wow.
Yes.
We can change our community. We can change our town. We can clean it up.
Yep.
Because somebody else from the outside believes in us.
Yep.
And thinks that we are worth it.
Yes. And I will tell you personally, and I speak for Crosby on this one too, that we have dedicated our lives. There's a lot of things that we can do with this gift and this talent. We can make hordes of money, but we're not interested in that. What we're interested in is giving back.
Wow.
For the rest of my days, I will be doing this level of work.
Right.
Because it's my highest form of excitement. It's the thing that I feel that the creators lead me to do. And opportunities keep popping up to allow me to do that. So I know that I'm in the right stream for what my soul's mission is here.
I'm speechless. That's just so beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I just want to again reiterate to our listeners that you're having a show.
Yes.
Your debut.
Yep.
March 29th.
Yes.
6 to 9 p.m.
Yes.
To the right of the aquarium.
The easiest way is if you're coming down on Calhoun or East Bay. If you're coming down Calhoun, yes, you come right into the South Carolina Aquarium, make a right,
okay.
And then it's a quick left.
And it's a quick left, and it's Tin Wharf Side Street.
Yes.
And what is the name of your show?
Organics of Man.
Organics of Man.
Yes.
And I'm going to be there, and I'm encouraging all of our listeners to be there.
All right. I will not be in a gold dress.
You will not be in a gold dress.
So you have to wear
but
yours.
He's a very handsome man. You will know that it is him, and he just has such a beautiful soul. And is there a website where people can check you out?
Yes, I do have a website.
Okay, what would that
I'm in
be?
a couple of places, actually.
Okay.
So my primary website is www.fareye.com.
And Fareye is?
F-A-R-I.
Perfect.
S-T-U-D-I-O-S, Studios Art. It's all one word.
Okay.
.com. And I'm also on Facebook.
FareyeStudios.com. Okay.
Yeah, I get a lot of people that follow me on
and
Facebook.
How do we like you on Facebook? Because I don't think I've liked you, and I need to.
Oh, what? On the break. All right. So all you have to do is type in Fareye Studios, one word.
It's Fareye Studios.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm the only guy there with that name, so I'm easy to find.
Now, what does Fareye mean?
Fareye, well, it means a couple of things.
Okay.
Well, as a Rastafarian, it's a part of Rastafari.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't know, but the name Rastafari is actually African, right?
Okay.
So the word Ras means head or king or prince. Tafari means creator. So when
Fareye is the creator part.
So when somebody says that they're a Rastafarian, they're saying they're a follower of the head creator or God.
Okay.
In essence. So Fareye means...
Even if they don't know that that's the word.
Well, they should. If they're saying they're a Rastafarian.
They should.
They should. But, it's, no judgment. It's fine, right?
No judgment.
So, Fareye means a couple of things. One is your third eye.
Okay.
Right? And going into that special place that takes you and connects you to the creator. And then, of course, because I'm a Rastafarian, I also use it for that. So it's double meaning.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Fareye Studios.
Yes.
On Facebook, we can search you. And
Yes.
it's also FareyeStudiosArt.com.
Awesome. Yes.
JahSun, you've just been a lovely treat.
Thank you.
To interview, and this has been wonderful. And thank you, Bradford, for running everything.
Thank you, Brad. Thanks.
And we're just going to say goodnight.
Good night.
This is Kinetic Hi-Fi, and thank you for listening.